Hey guys, good Tuesday afternoon everybody. BAM weather meteorologist Brett Waltz here giving you a BAM live forecast update here at the BAM headquarters. Wanted to give you all the latest update we have with this ongoing winter storm. You can see here our current radar. You can see our range rings on our weather porthole. Not really going to deal with a whole lot of lightning with this system here, but certainly have some heavy precipitation developing north of the Indianapolis area, starting to surge northward towards Lafayette, Kokomo. We do have some reports right now of mixed precipitation with this band of precipitation. You can see here we've got some pretty deep areas of red and yellow, and in fact this very narrow band is related to what we call frontogenesis. Here's your weather fact of the day. A little bit of frontal forcing. When we increase the thermal gradient or increase the wind gradient, it can help develop a front. It can help enhance upward motion, and that's what we call frontogenesis. It's a great tool to use when we're forecasting winter storms, and we have a little bit of that right here. The problem we are dealing with is that we have temperatures still well above freezing. I'm going to show you temperatures here in a second, but I think that we continue to see more of this snow fill in over the next couple of hours. Temperatures will begin to drop as we work in some of this heavier precipitation. We're going to get what we call dynamic cooling, and we're going to start to cool the column of air, and off to the north and northern portions of Indiana, especially northwestern Indiana and then south of Chicago, we're going to start to see an increase of snowfall over the next couple of hours. So I'll have Kirk here go to our PowerPoint slideshow. I'll show you our current temperatures across the area. It's going to take a while to cool these down to get really notable accumulations here. So 37 degrees near Lafayette right now. We're 41 in downtown Indy throughout pretty much the entire day today. So certainly going to be a while before we cool those temperatures down. Not really looking at any snow here in the Indianapolis area until we work more into tomorrow and into tomorrow afternoon. But if you're in northwest parts of the state, Crown Point, Gary, up towards the Chicago area, I do think that we have snowfall threats that are going to develop as we work into this evening and then of course into the overnight hours tonight. So move this slide along here. Here's a look at our simulated radar. You can see some of the heavier banded precip will begin to develop as we work into this evening, into tonight. As this low begins to pivot off to the east, we will get some backside snow to work through most of the rest of the state. I'll back through here so you can see the rest of the Ohio area. I do think that as this storm system ramps up a little bit, we could actually see some heavier precip off closer in northeast Indiana, Fort Wayne, Toledo, up into southeastern Michigan, Detroit. I think that that will be the area that needs to be watched for the heaviest snow with this system. I'll go back here and show you the sim radar one more time. Again, heavy precipitation, heavy snow at times this evening across northern Indiana and say just south of the Chicago area. I think that it's more into late tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon where we need to watch some of that backside snow to come through the central Indiana area. Now the issue we are going to have, and it's an issue that we've had all year, is we don't have full saturation throughout the atmosphere. It's going to be difficult to get those heavier snowfall rates along and south of I-70. Temperatures are also going to be more marginal. So again, I think that if you are north of I-70, that will be the area that has the better threat with this system to see the best snowfall accumulations. Here is our updated snowfall map. So we posted one online on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram earlier today. No major adjustments from this, really no major adjustments from our forecast thoughts from yesterday. We have added a 4 to 7 inches near Fort Wayne, again up towards Toledo, into northeastern Indiana, southeastern Michigan here. And we did add, kind of split up that 2 to 4 and 3 to 5, because I do think that areas in northern Indiana, again, say just north of Lafayette up towards Gary and Crown Point and Valparaiso, I think that those areas see kind of 2 rounds of snow. The snow that will develop this evening and into tonight, and then they will get some of that backside snow too. So I wanted to kind of split up the 2 to 4 and the 3 to 5. So right now, I think that if you're in Kokomo, 2 to 4 is okay. Indianapolis, you're right on that 1 inch line. I think that's probably fairly common with the backside snow that will come through. South of that may have some drizzle overnight and into tomorrow morning, but it's going to be difficult, I think, to see widespread snow accumulation south of I-70. Another reason that we believe that is because often these computer model data, this data that we see with these backside snows, they often hold on to it a little bit too long. So you'll likely see some forecasts out here that are maybe even 2 to 4 inches down towards Bloomington, and I just think that they're holding on to that snow too long. Maybe some snow, some backside snow, light at that, but I don't think it's going to be a whole lot more than that as things stand now. Chicago area, I think that you are about 1 to 2 inches further north up towards Lake Forest and Waukegan, less than an inch, but maybe the risk of a little bit of a backside snow shower threat into your Wednesday night here. So as far as our temperatures, very warm right now. These will gradually drop over the next several hours and into tonight. I think that we generally stay right around 32 as we work into tomorrow morning for the Indianapolis area. You can see colder temperatures off to the north. We start to work down some more of those 20s across northern Indiana. Those will be the areas that have the better chance to see some higher ratio snows. Not going to be a major high ratio snow event, but it could allow for those accumulations to pile up a little more. That's one of the reasons we added a 4 to 7 north of the Fort Wayne area up towards Toledo and Detroit. I think that that is possible, but you can see southern Indiana here. If you're looking for snow down there, take a look at Bloomington. We never really get below freezing. 34 into tomorrow morning, stays right there all the way into tomorrow afternoon, so it's going to be difficult to get much in the way of accumulation. Here's our latest European model probabilities, and this is just for 3 inches or more of snow. Just came in about an hour ago or so, a little bit after we made our forecast, and it came in very similar to what our forecast ideas are. Again, the northern counties of Indiana, and then perhaps this area just out in portions of east central Illinois, though I wouldn't be shocked if it was a little bit overdone with that due to some of the mixed precipitation ongoing right now. Chicago, no 15 inches for you. You're going to miss out on this storm system for the most part. The heaviest snow is going to be down to your south. Certainly did not pan out the way that snow lovers wanted it to out there. So that is all I have for the live stream right now. I wanted to give plenty of time for questions. We'll go back here to our snowfall map if we can get the mouse to work here. There we go. Go back to our snowfall map here, and happy to take any questions that we may have. Dustin asks, is it best to use Kuchera or 10 to 1 for this? It's a little tricky. I think that definitely 10 to 1 for central Indiana. Maybe northeast Indiana as the system starts to move out, as we get some of those colder temperatures. Kuchera may be a little bit better. Kuchera, for those of you that don't know, is just a method to factor in how cold the temperatures are. If you were with us a couple of weeks ago when we talked about the snowflake creation, when you get those colder temperatures aloft, it can help create a better snow to liquid ratio. You can get more snow for less total liquid, less total water in the atmosphere. And because of the little bit of a cooler air, a little bit of a cooler temperatures up here tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow morning, I think that those areas could see a little bit higher snow ratios. All right, snow just started in Grant County mixing with rain. Yeah, I do think that some of that rain you may see on the radar is actually mixing in with some snow. Remember, those temperatures are 36, 37 degrees, but it doesn't necessarily mean snow cannot fall from the sky. All right, let's see here. I'll try to go back here to answer some more of your questions. Snow in Clinton County right now. Thank you for the report. Again, if you have reports, we'd love for you to comment on our posts. It really does help us as meteorologists to really get a bird's eye view of what is going on out there in these events.
What time for Indy?
What time for Indy? I think that it's more like tomorrow morning. We'll go back here. It's not going to be overnight tonight. Yeah, I'm thinking closer to the 4 to 6 a.m. time frame when we start to get that lighter snow. Before that, we don't have that saturation in the snow growth zone. So again, overnight tonight, not going to be a big issue. It's into tomorrow morning we start to get some of that light snow in the Indy metro area. All right. Let's see here. Will it stop snowing Wednesday, and what will the temperatures be on Thursday for traveling? Wednesday, I do think that we start to shut things down later in the afternoon and into the evening. Temperatures on Thursday, it's not going to be that cold behind this system. Probably some 30s across the majority of the state. If you're in the Indy metro area, I think that you're probably right around that freezing mark, but not. And I will have a 9-day. I thought I put in a 9-day forecast here. Let's see if we can go back. Thought I put one in. Doesn't seem to want to work. I could have sworn I put one in, but oh, there it is. I don't know why it wasn't working. Yeah, I wanted to show you all the 9-day forecast. This is for Indianapolis, guys. As you can see, going with the, I don't know why it's not working, but
how did you go back?
I don't know. We'll just show it this way. Technical difficulties per usual with my live streams. It's become a theme. 30 degrees on your Thursday for the Indianapolis area. We're going all wonky again. It's right there, isn't it? Or did we delete it somehow? Well, anyway, that's our 9-day forecast that is available on our weather porthole. Luckily, it's not run by PowerPoint, so we should be okay on the weather porthole. Here we go. Take a look at the warm-up, though, into next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up into the mid to upper 50s. There's your warm weather. Somebody asked about the warm weather. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, into Thursday of next week, I think that we start to see more 50s. All right. How much will actually be on the ground Wednesday evening? Dan, I'm not exactly sure where you're at. If you're in Indy, maybe an inch, especially on those grassy surfaces. 46 and nothing in Seymour. Yeah, you all aren't going to get much there. How much for Fishers? Take a look at the map. Fishers in that 1 to 2 area. Should I call into work tomorrow and stay home? That sounds like a you problem. I don't know. That I mean, that depends on, I guess, where you're working, what you do, and how much trouble you're going to get in. That I can't help you with. Let's see here. Yes, south, it's fizzling out. Stay away in Brown County. Yeah, not going to get much in Brown County. Amanda asked ice near Lafayette. No, not really going to see any ice with this system. Temperatures are way above freezing.
So did the storm track shift a little to make snow totals a little different?
Not much. It really hasn't from yesterday afternoon shifted much. Maybe a little bit further southeast, lighten those totals up a little bit. But for the most part, it's actually stayed a little bit more consistent over the past 24 hours, at least with our forecast thoughts. If you were that NAM 3 model yesterday afternoon, this is quite a bit different than what it had. It had, 11 inches just south of Chicago, so that's quite a bit different. All right, let's see. Guys, I can't answer every question specifically for your exact locations. If you want to know, feel free to look at the map. This is our official forecast again. The light blue is 2 to 4, the darker blue is 3 to 5, 4 to 7 up there in the Fort Wayne, and of course the white here along and north of Indy is 1 to 2 inches. Lisa, thank you for tuning in from Valparaiso. Hey guys, just in case you didn't see it, the link on our apparel store, I know you all had been talking about BAM hats, t-shirts, things like that. Our apparel store, the link is in this post. And I also wanted to be sure to thank our sponsor, Ray Skillman GMC and Buick on US 31 South. Those guys have continued to sponsor us, and I know they're loving this winter weather to get some good viewership here, and really do love that we have them on board, and they are allowing us to continue to produce this live stream for you guys. Dustin asks, what did the new 18Z model show? I don't know. Vince, how did the latest NAM 3 come in? Vince is going to check out for you, Dustin. Ben asks, how will the Reds do this year? Gosh, I hope they do really good. We love forecasting for them, and I've been a Reds fan all my life growing up. My fiance is trying to convert me to a Cubs fan, but we'll see how that goes. All right.
I think it's slightly weaker, but about the same in placement.
All right. NAM 3 came in a little bit weaker on its latest run, which is good because we were lower than the NAM 3, but it looks like it's coming in similar on the placement, that latest 18Z NAM 3 model. The HRRR model's been all over the place. All right. Is most of the snow falling during the day tomorrow in the Fort Wayne area? You're going to get some snow tonight. If we go back here to the simulated radar, it's going to be a longer duration event up here. So you're going to get some snow this evening into tonight, but you're also going to get a good amount of snow throughout the day tomorrow. Fort Wayne is one of the areas that sees the longest duration of this snow, almost 24 hours. A pretty long duration event, and that's why we have those higher totals up there. It's not necessarily going to snow very heavy all the time, but I think that you all see a longer duration, which is why we have you in those slightly higher totals. Again, along and north of Fort Wayne, we've got you in that 4 to 7. I think that 3 to 5 is certainly a solid bet in the Fort Wayne and surrounding areas. Ben says, blasphemy, Cubs. Yep, that is what Callahan would say. That is what my fiance would say. Let's see. I'm sure I've missed some comments in here. Go Cubs, go. I think I'm outnumbered on this one. On this one, Kirk's a big Cubs fan.
Oh, yeah. Not seeing any other questions.
All right. I'm trying to go through and see if I missed any other good ones. What's the surface temp in Hamilton County? Right now, we are, go back to our current temperatures. Right now, well, maybe. There we go. Hamilton County. There you go. Long and north of I-70 right now. 30s. Heck, 39 right there. 40 in Indy. So still very warm. I'm late. What did I miss for South Bend? Here's our snowfall map.
Right on that line.
South Bend. You're right on the line of 3 to 5 and 4 to 7. Should be a pretty decent snow for you guys up there. Again, kind of in a similar situation as Fort Wayne where you have a longer duration event. I think that it really kind of depends on how fast you can get below freezing this evening to see how much you can accumulate tonight. Let's see. All right, Noblesville. Again, here's our official forecast map. I think that if you are, again, south of I-70, your impacts are going to be rather low. Light snow in these areas, I would not anticipate a whole lot of school closings as things stand now. And especially because it's falling during the day. Guys, remember, our climatology, our temperatures are just naturally increasing now. It's more and more difficult this time of year to get pavement impacts given the increasing sun angle, just given the time of year. So that is something to keep in mind, that even though you may be seeing, some snow, perhaps from Bloomington to Madison to Cincinnati, I don't think that we're going to have major impacts in those areas. Any chances of dry areas popping up as it moves through? There is going to be some dry time, especially if you're south of I-70. I would say the biggest risk for that, the biggest risk of dry slot would be probably from south of Kokomo, Lebanon, up towards the Muncie area, just south of Fort Wayne. I think that would be the area that I would say has the biggest risk on the lower side if we were to work in more of a dry slot. Tracy says, y'all, look at that map and find your county. Yes, I can't answer everyone. This is, we'll post this on Facebook too, because how many counties are there in Indiana? There's 99?
Over 80.
Over 80? 80, 90 counties in Indiana. We'd be here all day. So be sure to take a look. And Tracy, I appreciate the y'all. Us Southern Indiana folks say that a lot. Travis says battleground. Battleground, you're gonna get some good snow. Hey guys, if you want specific details for your specific location, and if you're especially in the event industry, if you work for a school, if you work for a golf course, if you're a farmer, you work in construction, and the list goes on and on, be sure to check out our weather porthole. I know you all have a lot of questions on here. If you want all those great details, we've got hour by hour, 36-hour forecast with temperatures, snowfall, total precipitation, thunderstorm percentage, and more and more and more on top of that. A 9-day forecast, long-range outlooks, all on our weather portal, wxporthole.com. If you all are interested in a more in-depth, high-res forecast, this is for sure what you need to look into. Go on there, sign up. If you have questions, go to info@bamwx.com. It's got all of these great details for you, and it's really the best proprietary data in the market. So be sure to go check that out if you are interested. So that's about all I have time for today. That's about all I have time for today, guys. Got to get back to forecasting for our clients. If you have any questions, again, info@bamwx.com if you're interested in signing up. And I want to be sure once more to thank our sponsor, Ray's Skillman Auto Center on US 31 South. If you're interested in a GMC or a Buick, be sure to go say hi to Colt and tell him that BAM sent you in. Guys, of course, we will have an update tomorrow as the system starts to sweep through portions of Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio, the backside of that system, and we will give you an updated look at that. So that's all I have for today, guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and stay safe out there.